Okay, this is Brant from tradeguild.blogspot.com, and I'm back with August 1st part 2 video. And we just got through looking at Corning, and now we're going to look at LCC. Let me pull that up. And here we are with US Airways. And this is a position that was on the blog last night as a short candidate, as it broke down below that 50-day moving average. And today it put in another 4.71% on the downside to 2 points and change. And I continue to like this stock. I think it's got more downside left in it. If you look at the big days here of volume, they're predominantly red, which is down days. Also, the 50-day moving average is starting to roll over on itself. And I think there's going to be some support, and I'm going to show you where I see that is coming into play. Somewhere in this level, right in here, around 40.25. I think the 200-day moving average will be somewhat, it'll be closer to that level by the time price gets there. So that makes sense from that perspective as well. If we just take a look real quick at this trend channel that I like to use, it's linear regression channel more or less, and we've had this break down below that. Often what will happen is we'll see a move back up to it on light volume to what they call it at Warden Brothers, kiss it goodbye, and then a move back down. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I'd say probably about 60% of the time I've noticed it to happen. So if that does happen, it'll be a great position to either add to, or if you missed it on the first go around, you can go ahead and initiate a position at that point. As we look at our indicators that track accumulation and distribution, or trend quality as well, these indicators are all three proprietary to Warden's telechart. In the top window is money stream, in the middle window is balance of power, and I also have on balance volume there. And in the bottom window is TSV 18. These all track hidden or systematic accumulation or distribution. We see with money stream, if you can see it here in the bright red, while price was lower back here in June than it is now, money stream is actually lower than it was, or just about at the same level. So this is a divergence. We have this selling here in BOP, and TSV down here in the bottom is reaching down and making lows, multi-year lows. If we pan out, you can see as far as I can go back on my chart, back into 02, it's showing more distribution now than at any point in time on this particular indicator since before 03, way back into 02. So I think this is a legitimate move. It's not just being confirmed in price and in volume, but the indicators are saying this is in trouble, and airlines in general have not been acting well. I would assume it's because of rising fuel costs. I don't know that to be a fact, but that's an assumption. But in any case, I think this is a continued short, and I would hold on to this baby and let it run and keep those profits, and we'll take a look at it again when it gets time to maybe exit that position. Next up is Pets, which is PetMed Express. I've been short this stock on and off a couple times this year. I've made pretty good money in it. It's trending pretty nice, and I brought this out recently on July 25th. 26th I did a video, and I had it again on July 27th, and I'll show you what I really liked about this, and you can go back and watch the videos if you want. But here we get this rally up into resistance at that 50-day moving average. I love these setups. Not only do we have the 50-day moving average, but if I pan out, you can also see that we had former support that broke and became resistance, and it rallied back into that level on unimpressive volume. TSV couldn't get above that zero line, so it's showing continued distribution, no accumulation going on there, no possibility of a bottom in my opinion. And this was a great position to enter yesterday, the day before, and it's down 5% today. So timing is everything. You can have a great stock and a great pick on that stock, but if your timing is wrong, you can miss the move. A good example of that recently for us today was GPI. we're saying, GPI is a short, GPI is a short. It moved above that 50-day moving average and stopped out, and then it had a huge move down today. Not crying over spilt milk, did the right thing in pulling the stop on it. But timing is very important, and this was just an ideal setup. So I like pets. I think it's got further downside here. If we take a look, let's just scroll out a little bit. I'm just going to go out to a 3-day, maybe more. So here's our next level of support. Well, we have some support here around $9, but down here around $8.50 coincides with this 1,000-day moving average. I think that is where we need to reevaluate pets and say, is it going to possibly bottom here? Is it going to find that support, or is it going to continue on down? But until then, I would probably hold this position open if you're in. And our final selection for tonight is GRMN, which is Garmin Limited, Scientific and Technical Instruments, as it says up here. And this stock I brought out last night, and I'll show you why. I thought this was a great setup. It broke down below that 50-day moving average. It rallied up on unimpressive volume. It got stuck. It hit resistance there because former support becomes resistance once it's broken. And today we had a 5-point move down. So 5 percentage points and 5 actual dollars down on big volume too. If you look down here, TSV is down there below that 0 line, saying more or less that's distribution. There's no accumulation present there. And if we take a look real quick at a 3-day chart, if I can scroll my mouse out, we have a couple potential zones of support. One right around $80, and the biggie though is down here around $70. I am thinking that we are going to see $70 in this stock. That's why I said today on the tag board. And for anybody who hasn't been to our site, tradeguild.blogspot.com, we have a tag board, which is a chat. It's on the right-hand side of the board, and I'm there and answering questions, and there's a lot of great traders there throwing out ideas all day. And today I said, you know what, GRMN already broke, but if you didn't get in, consider still getting in, because I think there's a lot more downside left on this. This stock technically does not look very good. So I think $70 is, 20 points below is our next stop. So that's a nice trade. If we can just take a look at a couple other things before I let you go here. The trend channel, the linear regression channel that I like to use, it has broken out of that now. Again, like I mentioned before with the other stock, if it pulls up to kiss that channel goodbye, that's an excellent spot to go ahead and add to your position or to initiate a position. This channel itself, as it pulls back up to that former trend, that's going to act as resistance. People who were in that stock, it didn't get a chance to get out when it broke, who were long, are going to use that opportunity to get out. And that's why it acts as resistance, because it creates a lot of supply, and when it rallies on light volume, the demand just isn't there to outstrip that supply, and the stock will eventually inevitably head back down. So look for that setup. If that happens, it will rally back up to about $93.25 in that area, maybe $93. Okay, one last screen I'd like to show you, and then I'm going to let you go for the evening. And here's that accumulation distribution, these indicators. Again, we have another leading divergence here. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it a little bit closer. And what we're looking at is the June low over here, and the June low and money stream pretty much coincide with each other. And now the price is actually 5 points higher, but money stream is about 7 points lower. That is a leading divergence, and that's what we like to see. These are very powerful signals when you see them and you act on them. And here's the BOP, which is signaling bright red, which is selling. And again, TSV is leading divergence. And it, again, is multi-year lows. So take a look at these and check out the site. Thanks very much for listening.